Hello, hello, hello! Welcome everybody back to today's stream. Today we're going to be doing some artwork, but there are some stuff I want to discuss as far as this week's schedule for anybody that wants to know. So this Monday, I'm planning on, or no, sorry, not Monday, Tuesday, I'm planning on doing Sakuna of Rice and Ruin again. And depending on how long that takes, I'll probably continue that on Thursday. Now, Asurai has really wanted me to do a horror game, and everybody's convinced me to do so. So I will be planning to do a horror game. In fact, I kind of want to do it on a nighttime, so that we've got the aesthetic of staying up late doing a horror game, and it's gonna... well, we'll work with that. I've got a couple different ideas for horror games I could do. I could do a Resident Evil. I can either do 4, which I've already played on my own, or I can get one of the new ones, like the remake of 2. Or, I was thinking I might do Five Nights at Freddy's. Never played it before. Jump scares, like, get me pretty bad, but we can see if I can do that too. I'll probably leave a poll in Twitter for everybody. But I also kind of need to figure out what day would work best for at least everybody that's currently watching. Thursday night would work for me. Friday night I can make work, but it would be a bit later. And Saturday night is also an option. So let me know in the chat what would work better if you wanted to watch the horror game at night. Otherwise I'll just plan it earlier in the day on Saturday. But yeah, and then on Sunday we're just gonna do another art stream. Hopefully we finish the emojis today, and then we can get on to some different artwork. Speaking of artwork, actually, I just received in my email a fan art of my avatar, which is pretty awesome. I'll probably post that on the Twitter. That's thanks to Mifune, or Samurai with AI being capitalized, depending on which platform you're looking at. He's pretty awesome. Good friends with me. Actually family. But he did some fan art for me, and I appreciate that greatly. So I'm going to post that on Twitter for you guys. Make sure to give the credit for him. So stop by there, give it a like once it's posted. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get things started. Alright. Okay, here we are. Back to where we left off. So I did modify it a little bit. We had the happy emote here that I finished. I realized that the face was a little weird, so we did change it a bit. But we have it adjusted now, and we're good to go there. Just because it's got the most detail on it already, I think it'll be rather quick to get through it. I think I might just go with the Ahegao next, which is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And let's see. Make a new group. Not put it in some other thing. Okay, here we go. We are making a go. Alright, so first thing I like to do is I always like to start by taking our reference, making it a bit lighter, and then we're going to put a new octagon. Oh, hold up, my friends. My mom is trying to call me. Give me a second. You know I love you, but I'm streaming right now, so can I call you back my bed? I'm sorry. It'll be in about 2 hours that I'll call back. I'm just doing an art stream. Okay, awesome. Bye. So, ever since I started going to college, Oh, Xenofree, thanks for following. Always glad to have some new people on here. But yeah, ever since I started going to college, my mom demanded that I call her every single Sunday. And since then, I have done so. And you know what? At first, it was absolutely terrible, but after a while, when you get older, you find you actually relate a lot with your parents, like more than you'd think you would. And so, talking with them, it's actually become some pretty fun conversation talking with them. So, highly suggest it if you don't speak to your parents often. For those that are older, those that are younger, well, you're kind of forced to talk to them. So, I feel for you. You're at that age where being friends with your parents is not as acceptable. Oh man. That's good to know, Xenofree. Always be good friends with your parents if you can. And if you can't be good friends with your parents, you can be good friends with me. I don't mind. Alright, first thing I'm going to need here is I'm going to need to get the hair ink in there properly. Now, the way I'm going to style this is I'm going to have it roughed up slightly. So having a couple stray hairs here and there probably aren't going to be entirely uncommon. Because, you know, when you eat a brownie, it's just so good you can't help but present yourself with an ahegao face, right? Oh, man. What to talk about with your parents if you're young? Let's see. Gossip? Ooh! Dog's fighting the neighbor's dog, huh? That could be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on your opinion of the neighbor's dog and if your dog's a good fighter. If they're not a good fighter, then it's bad. If they are a good fighter, then alright. Take down that neighbor's dog. Show him who's boss. Carter's our dog. Oh, maybe I should do one of those. I should make a little avatar for Carter, our dog, for whenever he's in the room and you guys get to see him. But yeah, he absolutely hates our neighbors. I'm not sure why. Interesting fact when it comes to coming over to my house. Carter does not bark at anybody that just walks in. So like if you wanted to steal something from me, it's actually not that hard. All you'd really have to do is just walk in to the house without knocking or anything. But if anybody knocks on the door, it could be anybody, even people like we all know, and he already knows, he will go absolute apeshit. He's gonna, yeah, he barks like crazy, starts scratching at doors, whines. He wants to take out whoever came in, so be aware of that if any of you do end up visiting me for some reason or another. Don't knock on my door. Okay. I think those lines are pretty clean. I'll just double check about hiding the underlayer. Not too bad, about matches with my usual style, which is a good thing. Now I kind of want to keep the horn in frame for the emote, so we're going to do that. Kind of keep it thin here. Thick for the layers on the outside that touch air. Okay. Hunter x Hunter? Man, I really need to catch up on that. So, I've actually watched like the first season thing of Hunter x Hunter, but I've never picked up the second series that follows it. So I've seen it up to a point, but I have not seen as far as it's gotten. And plus it's on a hiatus again too, so even if I did go and watch everything, it wouldn't be finished, which is a shame. But yeah, have fun, Xenofree. Hopefully you enjoy the animus. And thanks for coming. Okay. So it's always nice to have the undercut because you get the benefit of having long hair, and yet, when it's super hot like it is today, you don't have to worry as much about the heat because it diffuses so much better off of an undercut than it would normally. So, for any long-haired people out there, there's a suggestion for you. Get an undercut. Alright. You know, I still never understood why the Ahegao thing became so huge. But you know what? It's been tied in with anime meme culture at this point, and so not having one when I'm a major weeb would be like a sin at that point. It's not a sin to have one, it's a sin not to. Okay, I'm gonna need to do that line again. Not happy with that. Aw, man. I honestly should just learn how to rotate the canvas, and this might be a bit easier to do some of this stuff, but hey, I'm stubborn. If I don't know how to do it now, there's no reason to learn how to do it later. Right? Just stick with what you know, and then make it work. Okie dokie. So, with the eyes, you've already basically got the shape that I have or want here. So I'm just gonna follow those. Now we want it to be thick in a sense so that from distance we'll be able to see it better. like from all the way out here. Cool, you can still make out some good detail. That's kind of what we want to aim for. Just be able to maintain detail out to a distance. Okay, so that. I've got little bottom lashes here. Okay. This similar effect here. Yeah, it was a draw. But hey, it's fine. So you said Saturday, right, would be best for you, Asuri? Would that be Saturday night or just during the day normally, for the horror stream? Oh. At nighttime? Sweet. Awesome. So yeah, I'll get that poll up soon, probably after this ends, so that we can get a vote on that. What time zone? So I am in the Mountain Time Zone, where I'm streaming from. So in that case, let's see. Actually, honestly, I don't remember when the sun goes down. So, time to Google that. When does the sun go down? Right now. When does sun set in my current location? 8:41 p.m. So that would be about 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Okay, so you're in Central? So yeah, so in Central it would be 10 p.m. So 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. That's what I'd be shooting for. But yeah, no, it should be fun. I'm not a fan of like horror stuff in general, so it's probably gonna get to me. The last couple horror movies left some scars on me, especially since I've had some experiences with like the paranormal that are not fun at all. I've had to. So I went to Brazil for 2 years. I was serving a mission for my church at the time, and while I was down there was this religion I learned about that they called Batuque, essentially, which was a spiritual worship church, which is not bad per se, but this one in particular was interesting because the way they worshipped was their idea of worship was to, as they said, download a spirit into their body so that it could finish its incomplete business or something. But what that essentially came to is it became some like unholy. I did not feel good around it. And there was one point where somebody that we were talking with had actually downloaded an evil spirit, somebody that was like actively trying to get rid of us, and I had to cast that spirit out, which not fun, not fun. Cool that I could do it, and I'm happy about that, but still, the experience is not one I suggest. That's so cruel. I love it. Poor children, though. I probably won't do that to mine. I have other psychological things to do with my children. My Kiwi roommate has some very interesting parenting ideas. One of the things he always recommends is, or what he says he's planning to do with his children, is he plans to essentially every year He's gonna take his kids just to drive them up into the middle of the woods, and then he's going to leave them by the car, walk off on his own into the woods, but still within distance, and just kind of kneel down and start sobbing vocally so that they can hear it, and just keep sobbing for like an hour, and then come back to the car, not tell them anything, and just drive them back. And he's going to do this every single year. So when any of the kids do something wrong, like he catches them smoking weed or something, he'll drive them out to that same location, and he'll invite them to come with him to cry, and he'll say, you know, you had a sibling before, and he smoked weed. I've had to bury him right here, so that no one will know. Don't smoke weed, son. Could you imagine the kind of like horror that would fill their hearts at that point? Just this unburning question that they've always had as to why does Dad always bring us out here? Why does he always cry and sob so much like that? And then just to learn that it's your buried sibling. Ooh. I don't know if those are lyrics that you posted, but if it's not, it still sounds really good. Probably flows pretty well. Just, I am the type of person to walk in the dark, not look back. I am your light in hell. Nah, doesn't rhyme though. It's a shame. Might be able to make it rhyme. Okay. With that, the teeth look fine. Man, I'm so bad at doing teeth. I definitely prefer drawing teeth as such, being just kind of straight in there. Alright. Oh, well, you could probably become a poet. I mean, or drop some bars. Become a rapper. Or, if you're not good at rapping like me, because I suck at dropping bars, you could do one of those things where you just make the music and pay somebody else to rap it. They get famous, but you get all the money. That's the way to do it. Okay. I feel like there's something missing, because if you're having this much pleasure, you're going to be crying a bit. So I am going to draw some... Oh, that wasn't just liquidy as I want. I'm going to draw some liquidy tears. Here, I'm going to start doing this piece by piece. I don't want to go that far back. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. And now to mix over here. Awesome. So that's going to be the tears of joy and pleasure from brownies. Yeah, you know it's going to be brownies, because brownies are absolutely delicious. Who doesn't love brownies, right? Especially, you know what? I'm not a fan of cakey brownies. Cakey brownies are a little odd, because, I don't know, they just don't taste as good. But fudgy brownies are super good. In fact, I My mom always made some really good fudgy brownies, so I stole the recipe from her. And I've been making my own brownies quite often back here at home. Although my roommates and housemates like to steal my brownies, which is very unfortunate. It makes me sad. I have to put them down. It's not the funnest thing. No, that's definitely why we're friends, Asuri. We are on the same wavelengths. Same mind. I mean, what is it? Great minds think alike. Although then again, great minds don't tend to become friends with each other. So I'm gonna take that back. We're all small brain, and therefore we think of the same things, and therefore we are friends. That's the way it should be. Let's see. Even though there's shit there, I'll still see that. Okay. How's that looking? So I'm gonna back up a bit, get rid of the underlaying layer, see if I'm forgetting anything. Oop. Oh, I think that's good. Time to start filling in the colors in the back layers. Alright, so normally what I do when doing art, and you'll probably see this in the future when I'm doing additional art streams, is I tend to do my ink in blue or red, depending on what tone I'm going for, if I'm going for a cool tone or a warm tone. Then I'll put in my base colors behind it, and then I'll turn it to black later. I actually learned that trick from Julia and Drawfee, watching them draw. Let's see. Oh, dang. Everybody that had the same name as you? Oh, that's a shame. I guess there's not much you can do about that. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to think. No. Actually, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've got along with any Rickies either. Or anybody by my actual name. I don't think I... Well, no, people by my actual name, it's hard to find people with the exact name as me. So, I don't actually run to anybody. And so I never really fought with them, I guess. Let's see. We want to switch over to this type brush, but want to make it bigger. Maybe a little bigger. Cool. And now we begin to do the underlying layers. Start with... I'll go with this darker black for... Or this darker gray for these parts here. So the skin is gonna... Whoop, skin is gonna come over that as the bell. Ah, no, I forgot again. Okay, we're going back to the ink temporarily. Because I forgot something critically important. And that is... my tag. How is anybody supposed to know that I'm Ricky Beef and not some other random cow if I'm not wearing my proper identification tag? Oh, man. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Laughing at yourself when you fall, in general, is kind of like the only way to mitigate the pain and the embarrassment. Because it's like, oh, I'm such an embarrassment to myself. And you get over it that way. Kinda. Maybe not. Maybe I don't get over it. Maybe I just like to believe I can get over it. I'm gonna make this a little darker for the next pieces, but not quite black. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna need this. The pupil. You Googled how to find your wallet. Now that's an interesting story. I'm actually somewhat curious about that. I mean, did you just lose your wallet and needed to find it, or is it a smart wallet, or is it literally just the regular wallet? It's like, smart wallet, that makes sense to Google. Regular wallet, that makes sense why you would just kind of shake your head at yourself. Okay. Next, I'm gonna need the white, like the teeth. And the eyes. Yeah, regular wallet, there it is. Well, that's one of those moments where you're just like, why did I live to be this age? How on earth did I survive? I get moments like that, where I just think, how have I not died at this point when I do such stupid things so often? You know what? I don't think we ever figure out the reason. I just realized I'm using the wrong fill brush, but that's okay. It still works. Alright, skin time. Oh, I just noticed something else I forgot. Okay, we're switching back to the ink. Alright. We need my nose ring in here. Also, my master's supposed to guide me when I'm angry in a charging bull, if it doesn't have a ring to pull. Honestly, after something like that happens, I don't blame you for questioning your sanity or your, like, condition. Oh man. I will be the first to say, though, maybe, hopefully not the first to say, actually. Ooh, just realized I was doing that on the wrong layer. But, hopefully I'm not the first to say it, but I'm just gonna say, you are not retarded. You're just human, like the rest of us. Constantly causing issues for yourself by absent-mindedly doing things. I'm trying to think. There was something I just couldn't remember to do a little while ago. I'm trying to remember it because it was like one of the most simple things. And see, now I'm struggling to remember what it was. Yep, don't remember. It was something. Maybe that's what it is. I just struggle to remember anything. See, there's something I could relate. I can't remember people's names for the life of me. There's some problem that, like, I know people and I can talk about them when they're not present, but as soon as I see their face and I try to talk to them, suddenly their name escapes me. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I just for some reason, cannot think of their name, no matter how much I try. It's the source of endless frustration for me, because I have to apologize every time. It's happened even to people I know well, like my roommates or my cousins. Like, I'm talking with them, and then somebody else says something, and I'm like, oh yeah, this person just said that. But before I can finish saying that, I have to stop at the name, and then it just hits me that I don't know. I can't remember. Juan. Oh man, that just reminds me of my uncle. So my uncle had what he called a foolproof trick. Because if he couldn't remember somebody's name, he just called him Stan. He's just, what's up, Stan? Kind of works, kind of doesn't. I don't know. He seemed to get away with it more often than not, so I guess it's all for it. That's also kind of why I adopted a similar thing. Except I don't go with an actual name. I just call him Man. Yeah. Just what's up, man? Oh, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? Or, actually, that's basically how my roommate says it. So, oh, what's up, bro? No, honestly, having a roommate from New Zealand is quite entertaining. If you get the chance, I highly suggest it. I don't know why you'll get the chance, or whether or not you can decide based on that, but if you can, for some reason, I suggest it. Alright, couple things. So for the base, I can do this. I can get the yellow tag. Yeah, this is starting to look better than I thought it would. And let's see, I need the light brown at the top of the ears. Is that how you are, huh? Full emo? Interesting. I went through somewhat of an emo phase back when I was in high school, but it died down pretty quickly, and I'm trying to remember why. I think what it was is I just... no, that's what it was. My parents were responsible for me buying all of my clothes, or for buying all of my clothes. So when I just started asking for a lot more black stuff, they just straight up said no. So I had my like black hoodies and shirts, but I couldn't get myself some black pants or chains to wear with them, which is super sad. I couldn't go for that emo goth aesthetic. But what can you do? Except cry yourself to sleep every night. Although, if you do need to cry yourself to sleep every night, I should suggest getting some therapeutic help. Like whatever the clip is with our African American friends. Just stop it. Get help. That's probably what it was. The pleasure of the brownies is greater than the pleasure of the demons. So I I couldn't stay emo. I had to go back to normal. Well, I mean, if you consider what I am normal, most people probably wouldn't. But hey, I think I'm fine with that. Who needs to be considered normal, right? Normal is for weaklings. The weak of heart. The ones that can't handle being called strange or weird. But us weird ones know that's the true blessing, is to be called weird. Hello, Zerkus Badirkis. Welcome to the stream. Currently, we are working on the emotes that I'll be doing on my channel once I can. So, one problem that I found is in order for us to do emotes or custom emotes on Twitch, I'm going to need at least 50 followers. So we are already on the right track with kind of how many concurrent viewers we've got. We have to usually keep around 3 average. But in order for us to get the emotes, we're going to need to get up to 50 followers. I think it's possible. We can do it. It might take a little while, but as soon as that happens, these things are going to be up, and it's going to be fun. Let's see, just gotta fill in the iris here with my eye color. Okay, and same with this one. Am I coloring out of boundaries a bit? Yeah, but you know what? That's just part of the experience when drawing. So, when I was in high school, I got bored a lot in some of my classes. And so I eventually pulled out the cardboard from one of my 3-ring binders and started drawing on it. And I had a rule with this. The rule was always in pen, no tracing. I mean, you couldn't really trace on a cardboard anyway. I could use reference images, but I tried to do almost everything from memory. Now, actually, I wonder if I can find a picture of that piece of cardboard in particular. I might be able to do that. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my Facebook where I've got things posted. Although you might be able to counter search me and find my real identity for those who don't know, so maybe I shouldn't. But I'm gonna do it anyway, just because I really enjoyed it. Where is it? Where is it? I think I put it under my Pointlessness album. Yes, there it is. Open the image in new tab. Yes. Okay, perfect. Popping it over here. So this is my little high school boredom sketch cardboard. I would just do everything in pen and just kept drawing and drawing and drawing, and then I'd fill in the spaces with other things. I had a certain style back then that's a little bit different, like the way I drew the Harry Potter right here. That's very reminiscent of the way I drew people back then. Been quite some time since then. I believe I've gotten better, and yet at the same time, I don't actually know if I've improved at all. But yeah, that is what you can do when you're extremely bored. Alright. Next thing, we need another layer here that we're going to be doing for the tears and the drool. So I'm going to start just by filling it in, and then we're going to make it slightly transparent. And then we're going to need to add a shine to it. Okay, that one's good. Let's get the tears in here. Good. Okay, might actually make it a bit brighter. Don't think I'm happy with how that is. So we're just gonna make it a very light blue. almost white. And now we make it transparent, about 45%, so you can still see it underneath everything. Then one more layer, go with white, and we're just gonna get some shines on this. Not super visible, but enough that I know it's there. Ooh, that's right. Tears, it could be just at the top of the ridge there. Alright. And that, my friends, looks like a finished Ahegao face to me. Let's check what it looks like from a distance. Not too bad. All fun, fun, fun. Okie dokie. So I've actually already started on the sip. So I think I'll start working on that next. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's figure out which layer the sip is on. Okay, that's one of them. Actually, what even is this layer of 14? I don't see anything getting hidden or unhidden. So I'm just gonna delete that actually. Because who needs extraneous layers? Alright. Alright. Make sure to eat something delicious, like brownies. Eat the brownies, do the Ahegao face. Okay. So I'm actually going to group these together, get those layers together, and we call this Kaula. Let's see. I don't know if I should call this emote Kaula Sip or Beef Sip. Named after me or the delicious drink that I hold. Kaula Zero. Gotta love it. Alright. Back to the inking. Okay. So let me zoom in on this so I've got a better reference. I can do this a bit easier. Because my hand shakes like crazy. I can't really hold it still, so like... Here. I'm gonna hold the mouse or the pen at the end and just try and hold it still. And like you might be able to see how much my mouse or whatever is shaking. That's just because of my hand shaking, not from anything else. So being able to do dexterous things is a lot harder for me. Including things like getting ready for the stream. Because, fun fact, I think I've already mentioned this before, but I actually have to, put on, some eyebrow, makeup so that my eyebrows actually show up. Because the camera that tracks my, face to do the avatar, it just can't see my eyebrows without them being darker. So I literally have to go in every time and sketch out my brows so that my camera can pick them up properly. Always an interesting thing. So I just walk around any streaming days with darker eyebrows. Always fun. Starting to get used to it though, but the problem, and I guess the reason I brought it up, is because my hands shake so much, it's not the easiest thing to do. And the nice thing about doing art, on a computer in particular, is when I mess up, I just hit the back button or the undo button. not really that much of a problem, thankfully. Okay, I'm gonna make these lines a bit thicker and try to go for a bit less detail because this emoji is gonna be small. Oh man. I looked at the back of the chat again and it reminded me that I haven't eaten today at all. So now I'm actually kinda somewhat hungry. I'll blame you guys. It's all your fault. Eating things making me hungry. How dare you? Alright. Actually, you know what? I've got a couple cheese sticks stashed away. I might be able to just grab some of those and eat a couple more. Might work. Might not. Might satisfy me, might just keep me unsatisfied. Who knows? Little short, stubby versions of my ears. Actually, you know what? We're going short and stubby. We gotta at least maintain proportions here. Ooh. I wonder if you guys can hear my neck cracks over that. And I just realized I left my fan on this whole time. I wonder if it's been picking up on the mic. Oh! Since I don't have air conditioning, I have basically two means of cooling down the room. One is a fan that's just constantly blowing air either in or out of the room, depending on if it's colder or warmer outside. And the other one is a fan that's usually pointed directly at me, which I believe is also currently running, but it's left over there, so I'm just not gonna bother. Okay, dokie. Slightly turned eyes, the bane of my existence. How do I do this? No. That works. Then come in for the little sparkles. Ah. And lower lashes. Nice. Get my hoodie here. Good old black hoodie. Don't think it's high enough for my collarbone to start showing up, so I'm just gonna start putting in my hair. And then, of course, my hand coming down here into my sleeve. Sleeve being here. And actually, oh. Anytime it lags, I just minimize it, maximize it again. For some reason, that seems to work almost every time. Alright. Hide the reference. Oh, sorry, not reference. Hide this. I want one more line there. Nice. Okay, I like it. I like it. I love it. Want some more of it. Okay, so that's our can on layer 13. So I'm going to add one more layer, and this is going to be our colors. Oh, I just realized that I totally forgot something on one of the previous ones on my Ahegao. How is there a proper Ahegao without a proper blush? So, we're going to go in there and we're going to fix this. About that. Ahegao, expand you. This one's at 45%, that works. Actually, I'm going to do it in a separate layer for this because I'm going to do a blur on it. Actually, strike that. We're going to go more salmon too. No. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now the Ahegao is complete. Oh, and while I'm looking at it, let's take advantage of this opportunity to fix the mistake I made once again in forgetting our good old friend, the tag. Okay. Oh, gotta switch back to black. Always important to keep your ID on you at all times. Because if you don't, then when you do get arrested, it becomes problematic. So how are they supposed to know that you are who you say you are? Not saying from experience. I swear. Me arrested, never. No one would risk that. I think. Okay, maybe they would. I shouldn't just say no one as a blanket statement. Oh. Okay. Okay. So that's all the can. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Well, let's start drawing this stuff in. Starting with the inside of the hood. As we in the hood, brothers. Okay, that's going to be the furthest back. And we have this ear back here. Actually, let's start with the under one. Going slowly up our layers. Then this. Excellent. Next, I think skin tone. Spread that out about. It's probably the next step. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. This is true power right here. Alright. There's the skin tone next to the color. McDonald's Sprite? Kinda. It depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends on where it's from. Like, because fountain drinks, they could go either way for me, because sometimes they're wonderful, and sometimes they are absolutely awful. And maybe just a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've had such bad experiences with some fountain drinks that I've kind of settled for just not. There's I'm trying to think. It was actually rather recent. There was a fountain drink that tasted sulfuric here nearby where I was living. And it just threw me for a loop. Like, they put way too much carbonation into the drink, and it did not taste good at all. Maybe that's why. Alright. Bell. Okay. Next. I just realized. Actually, you know what? I could do it in just colors. Why not? We're doing it in just colors. Oops, that is the ink. Not the base layer. We'll start filling all of it in with blue. And then we're gonna mix in kind of like a white swirl. White on this side. White on this side. And just kind of get somewhat of a yin-yang shape here. Nice. Okay, you know what? I'll admit it. I got deep into it, you know? That's what she said. Or he said. But, you know what? I can't help but be excited about weird stories, because whatever displays me as weirder or more interesting, yeah, I'll go for it. I'll share that story. Ever lie just because? Interesting thing. So I used to lie all the time. For different reasons. Sometimes I felt justified in it. Sometimes I was afraid of me being discovered for something. Like some of the crimes that I've committed. Don't tell anybody. But I kind of just stopped. There was one point that I started feeling uncomfortable lying with people. And so I just made honesty my main thing. So nowadays, the only times I lie is just when I like to make fun of people and pester them. Because I know plenty of people that it bothers. Otherwise, good old white lies. Somebody asks if something makes them look fat. and they are already fat themselves, yeah, I'll lie for that. Like, you make you look fat. Saying that straight up would probably hurt way too many people's feelings, so I'll just stick with, no, it doesn't make you look fat, you're good. Ah! But yeah, lying to get attention though, never did that. In fact, it always bothered me when people did that. I'm like, do you really feel the need to lie? To make yourself look more interesting? To get more attention or something? Makes me kind of shake my head. I'm kind of sad for those people. If you're one of them, I apologize. But I ain't taking it back. I feel sad for you if you are. But hey, aren't we just a gang of weird people anyway? So what does it matter? I could feel sorry for you, but it doesn't matter because you're here now, and that ain't a problem. Now, something I do like to do, on the other hand, is I like to yell randomly, because why not? Now that's fun. Sometimes you even make it a challenge, like you're in a supermarket and you just yell something random to see if you can successfully get somebody to respond. I like to call it the call and response. Also gets a lot of random looks when you do that. Food 18 plus stuff? What? Now I'm very curious about that. A channel that talks about food 18 plus stuff. Now, what on earth is food related that would be considered 18 plus? I wonder. Oh, my Photoshop is slowing down on me. Get too big of a canvas. Oh, that's a shame. It's a shame. Here, I thought the 18 plus stuff would be like the ahegao face that I make when I'm eating brownies, you know? But yeah. Oh, right. We need one layer above these to do the fingers. The fangas. Los dedos. Tem alguém que fala português? So, fun fact, since I speak Portuguese, actually it's not a fun fact, it's just a fun idea that I had. Since I speak Portuguese, I was wondering if at some point I should do a Portuguese-only stream. But to do that, I need to get people following from Brazil, which I don't know how to do properly, so that's going to be fun. I'm just going to reach out to random people and say, hey, this VTuber says or speaks Portuguese and reads Portuguese. You should watch them. See what happens. Might work, might not. Who knows? Either way. Let's see, this needs to be more yellowish orange. I like that. Okay. Coming in close for the shines. For the stars. Needs more saturation. Needs more yellow. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm happy with that. Now another thing that I would think that is food 18 plus is to make some explicit images out of food. Entirely out of food. Honestly, that would be kind of fun. I almost kind of want to do that now. Do a cooking stream and say, hey, today we're making 18 plus food. Oh, question, what's the funniest thing I've done? I don't do anything funny. I'm boring. I'm sad. I'm a poor excuse for life. I do not look to me as your exemplar. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Funniest thing I've ever done. Huh. Ah, okay, I've got one. Has to do with my first car in college, or in high school. Nah, college car was like boring. It just kept breaking down on me. But my high school car was a 1990 Dodge Caravan. Now that thing was so fun to be in because the suspension was just kind of out of whack, so you could easily just get the car pumping up and down just by jumping up and down inside of it. And so I would have a class on a separate campus before school. And that was with a bunch of other people that went to my school as well. And so what we'd do is, after that class, to get back to our main campus, we would all just jump into my van and pack like 30 of us into that thing, blast the music as high as we could, and just like jump up and down as we're going, make it look like we had pneumatics going on in that thing. Name of that van was Free Candy Van. Perfect name, I think, for a perfect van. I kind of miss that van. Problem is, when I was in Brazil, my parents sold it without asking me. They gave it to, well, first they gave it to my sister, which they weren't supposed to do. They gave it to me as a birthday gift out of a joke, but I genuinely enjoyed that birthday gift, so I accepted it wholeheartedly. But then I hear later on they gifted it again to my little sister, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing? That's my van! Alright. Now I put the 420 on the tag. Gotta get the 420 in there, otherwise it's not a proper tag, is it? Alright. Next. Let's jump into things. But yeah, no, Free Candy Van was super fun. There was actually, because of the suspension, there was a spot on the highway between my house and where I went to school. Because I, you know, as a cow, obviously grew up in the rural countryside. And schools always tend to be in town or in cities. For some reason, why can't they just build one out in the fields? But yeah, no. Best, most rapey suspect van. I would drive it on that highway, and there were certain bumps that in normal cars, that like when I'm driving my parents' car, it was totally fine. But when I was in my van, it would go over those bumps, and I say it was like the perfect frequency of bumps. I was just bumping up and down, up and down, up and down. It was like a roller coaster, and it was so fun. Genuinely enjoyed it. Okay. The Pog one is still creeping me out like crazy, so I'm gonna leave that until later. So instead, we're doing the grill right now. Okay. New group. We're gonna make this the grill. I wonder what we could use the grill emoji for. Maybe for like when somebody gets burned, or maybe I'll just use it when threatening everybody. Just don't make me cook you up. Alright. Start with the ink. Now there's a couple things on here that I feel that are like some missing details. that I'm going to try and add in as I go. One of the things that I feel is missing is something on the grill. And then, once I get something on the grill, I also need an indication of like feet for this thing. Usually they're I think these grills tend to have like the tri-fork. So I'll do that. Good enough for, as my old boss said, good enough for government work. Or one of my old roommates said, good enough for the girls I date. I don't know if that's sad or not. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's such quality that, you know, any girl that I could date would accept it. They'd be like, oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you for gracing my eyes with such exquisiteness. Actually, if you find anybody that actually talks like that, I don't know if you should keep them or put them down. Okay, proper grill has a proper timer. Or actually, not timer, sorry. A heat gauge. Usually these ones do it in like a dial. Cause ain't nobody rich enough to have a heat gauge that does, you know, I'll use color for the rest of that. But yeah, and nobody fancy enough to have a heat gauge that's, what am I trying to say? Digital, that's what I'm trying to say. Goodness gracious, why did I struggle so much to say digital? Who knows? Oh, well. Well, start by getting some sausages. Good proper sausage. What? It was a relaxing song. And a relaxing sausage. Hey, if any of you have not seen Hunt for the Wilder People, highly suggest it. That one, super entertaining. It was made by Taika Waititi, so you've got that like comedy element to it, but it's also got that kind of dramatic, like, coming of age, growing stuff that Taika's films tend to have as well. That kind of dichotomy, I really love that. How do you start a conversation? Just ask what it was the latest 18 plus thing you've watched. What is the acting? Interesting. That's almost like going straight for recommendations. I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried that. I should give it a try. So, tell me, what's the last, 18 plus thing you've watched? Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I understand that you don't really talk about that stuff. I just want to know what you thought of the acting on it, you know? Yeah, just, that's the only reason. Not that I'm looking for recommendations. Or maybe I am. Actually, would you recommend it? Nah. I'm not a fan of a lot of 18 plus stuff, unless it's 18 plus because of gore. I'm a true American. A fan of 18 plus only when it's 18 plus because of gore. Let's see. Little bone section here. Actually, no, let's keep the bone out of that. Excellent. Okay. level 3 knife from Charizard? Oh, thank you, Charizard. You know, Charizard has always been one of my favorite Pokemon. Ever since the beginning. Ever since the OG. I remember there was one time where I did not have Pokemon for my Game Boy, but my sister did have Pokemon for her Game Boy. So I snuck in one night into her room, and I borrowed the game cartridge. Started with her save file. Luckily, she started with Charmander, and I think she was at like the third gym. No, she was only at the second gym with Misty. And so I went in and I just started playing on her game, and I just kept going and going and going. Took me a while before I realized what I'd done is I had saved over my sister's save file, which started to put me into a panic because I realized, wait a minute, I've saved over my sister's save file, so she's going to know not only that I took her stuff, but I ruined her progress on that game. An actual grill? You don't know what an actual grill is? An actual grill is one that actually that's a good point. What is an actual grill? If I take a bunch of coat hangers and put them over a fire, is that not a grill? I think it could be considered one. I mean, why shouldn't it be considered one? Maybe I'm just trying to justify my past actions. Ooh. Don't bully Mysterious. Oh, but it sounds like it would be fun. Nah, Mist, you good. In fact, I don't think we've got any bullies on stream today, which is nice. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Along the right track here, and I'm just gonna start going quicker on this. Oops, just realized those two went too far. Need to stop slightly before to get the part where these join, like that. You know what's delicious? A good prime rib steak. There was one time I was living in Colorado, and the Kroger store there, King Soopers, had a special deal going on around Christmas time, where they were giving out prime rib steaks or not like steaks, like large roasts, like something you could fill this grill that I'm drawing with. And it was just for like $50. So I just got like 2 or 3 of those and just cut them into steaks and kept them frozen until I needed them. It was so good. Alright, awesome. Have fun, Isuru. How did I see? Look there. Now I struggle to say your name, even though I said it multiple times. But yeah, have fun. Enjoy school tomorrow. I always enjoy teaching because that is what I do. I don't know if the students enjoy my teaching nearly as much as I enjoy teaching them, but hey, I hope they do. Although, when I start teaching again, now that people are not exclusively online, I'm not going to be able to spend as much time on Discord during the entire school day. I mean, not that a teacher should be doing that, but let's keep that to ourselves, shall we? Alright, this is actually somewhat more difficult than I thought it would end up being, but hey. We're getting this done. We're doing this. We are making this happen. I'm gonna cheat. Cheating and drawing, that's the way to go. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Without the back. Ooh. Ooh, I'm a fan of that. Alright. Start getting our colors in. First, we're gonna need our dark red for all this jazz. For everything on the insides. So, start with it. Darker red. Ah! Didn't want to open that. Okay. I'm looking for, okay, yeah. So this is going to be the far back layer, so I shouldn't have to worry about anything. So that's going to be the inside of that. Then the next, I want to go slightly brighter for this part. Actually, sorry, let's change that up. And that's the inside of the grill. Making sure I can get all of that. Now, create a new layer where we start putting in all of our other details. Oh goodness gracious. Why is it so difficult to draw straight lines? Oh, there we go. It actually caught up already. One day, I swear, I'll be able to draw a straight line without difficulties. Just straight across. Alright. Let's touch this up a bit. Color it outside of the lines a bit. I know I'm a rebel, but I don't want it to look bad, so I'm just gonna get rid of some of the spots that don't look good outside of the lines. Nice, okay. Now we want something like slightly more that color. Actually, they're cooking, so it'd be a bit more brown. That, yeah. Oh, that's the eraser. How did it? Oh, I still had the eraser selected, right? There we go. Now we're cooking with petrol. Or coal. Actually, this is probably more likely a coal thing. A little darker on that brown for the steak. And a lighter version of that because of because of the fat on the edges of the steak. That is a good looking steak right there. Which one of you was it? I'm not sure. Maybe it was Mist. Maybe I cooked up Mist. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just chopped off one of my own limbs and ate it. Could be possible. I'm known to do that from time to time. Kind of a strange weirdo. Alright. Next. The beautiful red. I mean, you gotta love a red grill, right? Like there's the fancy black ones, but you can't frown on a nice polished red grill because it just shines so brightly. It's so beautiful. It shines bright like a diamond. Pac-Man is on a rage spree. Oh man, almost wants me to make that now. Alright, next, need to go back to what I've been using for the silver. Make the handle. Make the bottom of our temperature gauge. And then I'm going to steal this clear from over here to fill in our temperature gauge here. Good, good, good. Although, made that silver again. So forgot to do the legs. Alright. Let's get in on this temperature gauge. So, we're gonna need this, and I'm gonna dramatically shrink the size of my brush for this. So, this is a very good and proper stove. So we're gonna do everything in yeah, we'll go Fahrenheit, why not? Okay. I'm just gonna tilt my head while I'm drawing all of this. Make sure I get it right. So we're gonna start with 0. Good. We're gonna have 600. Because why not? We're dividing this evenly. That would be 300, which means 420 is going to be here. And that also means nice. And those are the only heats you really need to know on this grill. You can either have it slow cooked at 69, or actually technically 69 is below most room temperatures. You know what, we'll say this is in degrees Celsius. That way you can actually cook at 69. Which means it goes all the way up to 600 degrees Celsius, which means this thing is going to be super hot. But, still missing one thing, and that is our red little thing to indicate where we're at. And just a little... oh. Just like a speedometer almost. So much Pac-Man has seen so much, and this is all that remains of him. Somebody's literally hollowed out his shell, and all that remains is this poor husk of him being used as a grill. Well, I wouldn't say smoking cigarettes is evil, even. It's just not good for you. I would definitely suggest not smoking cigarettes. Alright. Now this is where we go crazy and make it look like there's a fire burning in here. So, fun fact that I learned recently is that apparently things don't actually burn. Like when you've got a fire when you've got a fire burning on like wood or coal or anything like that, the coal isn't actually burning. What's happening is the heat from the coal is actually just, or the heat from the fire is actually causing the coal or the wood or whatever to release flammable gases into the air, and then those gases are what's burning. And that's why if you look at a flame, like on a match or a candle or anything, you'll notice that the flame isn't actually touching the thing that's burning. It's always burning just above it. No light coming from the surface. Now, smoldering is when it actually is burning. So like when you've got a hot coal or something like that, the stuff that's good for making your whatchamacallits, s'mores. And here, my friends, is the smoke. Went a bit too far. Started going into somebody else's canvas. And we're gonna need to bring that down to that level. And we're gonna need one that goes above the stakes as well. I'll do that one. Oops. Oh, we'll keep it like that then. Alright. That, my friends, is our grill. I apologize for ruining your joke. Sorry. It's just... that's what I do. Sorry. Okay. So, we've got our sip, we've got our grilling, we've got our ahegao, and we've got our happy cow, or a happy beef. What is left? What remains? Well, I guess we gotta make the herd emoji. Make one for all of you. Alright. Going into my terribly drawn cows. This is probably gonna be one of the simplest. Both sides of my pillow are warm. Honestly, you probably already cursed me with that. Because, I mean, it's too hot in my room to sleep with the blanket. So I guess the problem is the pillow. I'll have to remember that. Ooh! Cool thing though, I just barely got in the mail, like a couple days ago, a new body pillow. Because I have a habit of when I sleep of just grabbing my blankets, just kind of like bunching them up between my arms and legs while I'm sleeping. So I got a body pillow just to experiment with it, and holy cow, do I sleep so well cuddling that thing. Do I have any Dakimakuras on it though? Not yet. If somebody's got like a good suggestion on putting a Dakimakura on it, then I might go for it. But at the moment, it's just white. Just plain white. Suddenly makes me wonder if I should release a Dakimakura with me on it. But I'm gonna say no to that. That's gonna be... Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, that's gonna be a hard no. Actually, it's making me think of like a lot of VTubers do the so there's the Hololive and a lot of other VTubers, actually mostly just Hololive and VTubers in Japan, release like interesting merchandise to go with their stuff. One of them is like that, you know, the mouse pads with like the boobs to use as a wrist rest. I won't lie, I'm actually using one of those right now. But I think it would be kind of funny to do one of me, and since I'm a man, just have it like in a nice inviting pose, but have no silicone, no anything on it, just flat. That might be fun to do. Alright. To the hood we go. This will probably be the last one I'm going to do today. And I will probably do the Pogs, or the PogChamp one on my own, because I'm going to need some time to work out how to fix how weird that thing is. So let's go ahead and jump in to this bad boy. Hi. I'm not trying to do it on the group, I'm trying to do it on me. Do my butt. Oh, that just reminds me of oh man, one of my favorite things that I've seen online is the Pepe the Frog version. Like, that thing is beautiful. Just a nice Pepe butt to rest your wrist on as you draw, or as you type, or use your mouse to play games. Okay, so that's nice clean. Let's get a nice clean oval here. Excellent. Let's get those even. I'm gonna give you ears similar to me, because you are part of my herd, and therefore you guys deserve similar features. Although I'm not gonna give you guys the excuse of the horns. You know, male or female, all of you are stuck without the horns, just like Angus cows should be. I am an exception. And yes, they may be fake, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. Alright, nice. Smooth down here. I'm also going to give you guys my unnaturally long tail. Which honestly begs the question. Well, I was going to question, how did I grow that tail in the first place? But then I'm thinking, how did I become humanoid in the first place? Because I ain't just a cow walking around. I've got a face. I can speak proper English. Actually, I guess you guys could probably speak proper English too. Yeah, no, this... I really never did change how I drew cows since I first began drawing. This is This is exactly how I draw cows all the time. Although usually it was a moo cow, so I would do something like draw a spot on it. But we ain't moo cows, we Anguses here. The family picture, yes, it's beautiful. You may self-insert anywhere in this picture. Become part of the family. As many people would call me, I am the mother, and therefore you are children, you are family. Or you could be like the weird cousin. Actually, the weird cousin might not even... well, technically it would be another Angus cow, but I refuse to allow that. The weird cousin's gonna be a different cow. Just because. Alright. Okay, so this is a leg going like that. This cow's having fun, just kind of rolling on his belly. This guy's tail's back here. This guy's probably got his tail lying back like into the distance. So look at you guys enjoying yourselves rolling down on the ground. Is it that fun? Actually, I won't lie. There have been times where I just kind of find something super comfortable and I just roll around on it. Like a dog. Or a cow. Maybe it's just the way we are. We be we. There's not much we can do about it. Alright, let's fix this up a bit. And let's start to color it in. Now I'll do 2 of the red Angus and 1 black Angus. So let's do this. Oops. Oh, I'm still on the ink layer. No! Let's get a new layer. Let's get that under. Here we go. Start with the ears. Ears. Let's jump into the rest of the fur or skin, or actually I don't even know what you call it. It's just hair on a cow or on a cattle. I honestly don't know. What would you call it? Would you call it hair, fur, fuzz? Is it just skin? What is it that cows have? Actually, you know what? Strike that. This cow's gonna have the darker shade. Okay. Oh, that's right. I wanted to switch this one up. I want to go on the brighter color for this guy. brighter cow. More in tune with my hair color. Let's stick with the... No. We make the black Angus. Okay. Need something darker. In the ear there. And something lighter. The nose here. Beautiful. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Clean up the edges here since I got out of lines a bit much. Alright. And there we have it. Our nice collection of emotes. We've got the ahegao, the happy beef, the sip, or the kaula sip, the grilled beef, and of course, the herd. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. Although actually, now that I think about it, I am going to slightly change this one. Instead of going with the yellow, I'm going to just kind of go with this. There, better. Actually, that makes me want to do the same with this. Okay, never mind. Maybe we're not done immediately. Okay, now we're done. Alright, cool. Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. So the last one here is the Pog, which still horrifies me. So I'm gonna actually end up doing that on my own. Next week we're gonna be doing some other things for the art. But yeah, make sure to tune in on Tuesday for the continuation of Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, and same on Thursday, but also come in on Saturday evening where we're gonna do a horror game. And as for that, don't forget to vote on the poll on Twitter to see which game we're gonna be playing. Alright, awesome. Thanks guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the comments and the activity. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.